Hi, Niko Ana Jeanne here. Today we are going to talk about love versus control and how a narcissist does not actually know what love truly is. They don't know how to receive it and they don't know how to give it. And anything that they label love is usually just a form of control. So welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already subscribed, and you find this helpful, please hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you can get notified when I upload new videos. So let's jump right in. You guys, I know this can happen a lot. You're in a relationship with a narcissist and they pull a little bit of a trick on you a lot of the time, saying that they're doing something because they love you so much. Or if you loved me, then you would do this or that for me. They use the word love a lot, but the truth is a narcissistic personality disorder actually doesn't know or recognize what true love is. And this is why, okay? In my definition, love is what we are. Love is an energy. Love is what the universe actually is. A lot of people believe that, and some people don't, and it's okay if you don't, but that's what I believe. So that's what I'm going to share here, is that love is just something that happens in between people. We share it. You know how people say you're in love with someone? Well, I don't believe that that's something that exists only when that person's there. I think that what happens is two people come together and they tune into love together, and they're in love when they're together, right? They feel the love between each other. And that to me is what love is. Love is life, and life is energy, right? So we talk about how there's only two things in this world, that which is life-giving and that which is life-taking. So if love is life, that means it's life-giving, it's energy, it's supportive, it's cooperative, it's empathetic, it's compassionate, it's joyful, and it is life-supporting, meaning that if an energy is there that's loving, it's going to feel good, it's going to always support that which is healthy, that which is going to enhance our lives and our world, right? So that to me is what love is. Now, let's talk about loving behaviors. We're not perfect, okay? Nobody's perfect, right? But loving behaviors show up in healthy relationships, like, maybe somebody is doing something within the relationship and you want to support them. You want to support something they're doing. So you show up and you say, like, I unconditionally love you no matter what, right? They're trying to make changes, or they're trying to do something in their life to make their life better. Whatever it is that they're trying to do, you typically, if you're a healthy person, you're going to want to support that unconditionally. So you show up unconditionally and you say, I got you, I support you. You go, whatever it is you need to do to make your life better or to make changes for yourself, to enhance the quality of your life, then go for it. That's no strings attached, right? That's showing up in a loving way in a relationship. Sometimes it means having healthy boundaries with someone. Boundaries are loving, right? When you have a boundary with someone in a healthy relationship, you're basically telling them, this is your responsibility and this is my responsibility. And that's clear. Boundaries are clear. And as Brene Brown says, clarity is kindness, right? Don't you appreciate it when you know where someone stands, right? Don't you appreciate relationships where you know someone's always going to tell you the truth? They're going to say no when they mean no. No means no and yes means yes. It's very clear with them. That's loving. That is loving. So clarity is kindness, right? And kindness is loving. So that's a couple ways that love can show up in a healthy relationship. Now let's go back to the first one and let me talk about a narcissistic way of showing up in a relationship. When a narcissist shows up in a relationship and they want to support you, they may very well show up and appear to be supportive. and loving. But there's always strings attached, meaning that one day they're going to pull that string and they're going to say, well, I did this for you back then, so why won't you do this for me? Right? They're gonna remember and keep score. Yeah, there's a scoreboard. They've got a scoreboard and they've got things marked on there, and they're gonna hold you to that later. They're gonna use that as a way to manipulate you. So it's not unconditional. They may show up only when it benefits them. Well, they are only going to show up when it benefits them. So if they are showing up in order to support you, it's probably because strings attached, also because maybe it makes them look good to others. So if there's other people involved, they want to look good. They want to look like they're the person that's in your corner, because that's their false self. They're going to show up and look good and play the part. But when it really comes down to it, when they actually need to show up within your relationship, when it's just you and them, it's not going to happen. They're not going to be there. They're either going to ghost you, they're going to undermine you, they're going to invalidate you, but they're going to guilt you or shame you because all of a sudden it's not about them anymore. Or they're going to try to take it as their own, and they say, oh, well, I always knew you could do this, and if it weren't for me, you wouldn't be here in this place, and those types of things. That's not love. That's control. That is objectifying someone and someone's accomplishments and someone else's life experiences in order to prop yourself up and make yourself feel good. It's not love, it's control. It may look like love, but it's not. The narcissist doesn't understand this. They don't have the capacity to know the difference, right? All right, let's talk about the other thing. So let's just say that we talked about healthy boundaries and how clarity is kindness. Kindness is loving. Clear people are people you love to be around because you always know where you stand with them, not with the narcissist. The narcissist is always moving the goalposts. The narcissist does not mean no when they say no, and does not mean yes when they say yes. It's both, because they want the ability to move anytime they need to suit their needs. They may gaslight you and say, I never said that. I never said I would do that. I didn't agree to that. I don't know what you're talking about. Gaslighting. They may decide all of a sudden that, they don't want to support you in what you're doing anymore. They may all of a sudden feel threatened. They may actually say yes to you and then tell someone else something different. So they're going to tell someone else a different story. They're going to try and make you look bad to other people that are involved. They're going to be the victim. They're going to end up being the victim. So they're always moving the goalpost for you. And so that you have to always be guessing. You never know for sure if they mean it. If you want to ask them to do something for you, or if they even volunteer to do something for you, you can't be sure that later they're not going to somehow make you feel guilty for that. Or turn around and, again, be the victim and say, well, I had to do this for you, or, blah, 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 poor me. And then you end up feeling shame and guilt. And that's the game. Again, not a loving way to be in a relationship. Okay, let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about what it means to love someone else. Let's talk about how that looks from your end. Let's say you're in a relationship with someone and they expect that they can cross your boundaries anytime they feel like it. And they say to you, if you loved me, then you would let me blah, blah, blah. Or if you loved me, then you would do blank for me. Or if you loved me, you wouldn't do blank, whatever it is that they want to manipulate and control you around. They want you to be dependent on them. They don't want you to have your own friends. They don't want you to have your own interests. They don't want you to have your own area of expertise where you're the one that knows things, because they need to be superior. They need to be on top. They need to know more than you. Right? They need to always feel like they're in the superior position to you. So they will use this idea of, if you loved me, then you would let me abuse you. I think we're all pretty familiar with that. That's not love. That has nothing to do with love, you guys. That's control. Again, so let's just get really clear on this. The difference between love and control. Control is not life-giving. Control does not feel good. Control is life or relationship destroying, right? That is a destroying energy. It's unhealthy, it's toxic, and it does not help relationships to flourish. If you're in a relationship with someone that's using control and calling it love, you're probably feeling very, very confused because you love this person very much. You do love them, but you're also allowing them to control and abuse you and call it love. So let's just call it what it is. Control is control. And you can love someone who's really unhealthy and very toxic. And guess what? That doesn't mean anything bad about you. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you just happen to love someone that's very toxic. If you love a narcissist, then there's no shame in that. But what I want to move you towards now is to start to understand that you're not able to be in a loving relationship with someone who has this kind of personality disorder. They don't know how to receive love and they don't know how to give it. I hope this has been helpful to you, and I want you to know that I've got some free resources for you if you want to start going down this path of healing your potential after narcissistic abuse. Then go ahead and grab some of my free resources on my website, and please do comment below. I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.